Hello guys, goodness me, it feels like it's been so long since we just sat down and had a chat. I feel like I've been really MIA over the course of the past month on YouTube. It probably doesn't even look like that to you guys because I have been uploading about one video a week, but that's slacking in my terms. I usually upload a video every 3 to 4 days and it's actually been more like every 7 to 10 days for the past month. I can only apologise that YouTube has taken a bit of a backseat over the course of the past maybe 6 to 8 weeks. It's just because life got really crazy and I'm going to tell you all about it. But yeah, I just wanted to come back on here, sit down, have a chat, give you a bit of a life update and also answer some questions that you guys gave me over on Instagram. So yeah, got my cup of tea, hope you've got yours, settle in, let's have a catch up. So, general life update. Where have I been? Life has just been really crazy. I've been travelling a lot for work. When I look at my calendar, which I have just here, I did like a massive work trip to California, which you guys saw a video from. Also had a work trip to Sri Lanka. And then in the brief time that I was back from that, I had like back-to-back crazy work, loads of shoots. And I also had a colonoscopy, which ended up taking over a couple of days of my life because you've got to prepare for it for a couple of days. Then you have the day of the colonoscopy and you have recovery time. So that ended up taking out a few days of my life, which I desperately needed for doing things like YouTube, but also health is very important. Keep it as a priority, Zanna. But yeah, it just kind of feels like when I have been back in the UK, there's been a lot going on. For example, I just got back from Sri Lanka maybe 5 days ago. And when I got back, I got diagnosed with a tropical virus called, I don't really know how to pronounce it, but I'll put the name on screen here, and basically you get it when a mosquito bites you. That wiped me out. So it kind of feels like I've been travelling for work, and then when I get back from my travels, I end up having colonoscopies or tropical diseases. So yeah, it's just been a bit of a crazy time, guys. I've been busy, I've been travelling, I've been ill, a lot's been going on, but I'm back. There's so much more to talk about, but let's hop into the questions that you guys gave me on Instagram and hopefully they can guide me in terms of key points for us to discuss. Wow, there's a lot of questions. Oh my god, okay. The first question is from Tanya and she says, how are you? And I just think, what a lovely question. Thank you so much for asking, Tanya. I'm really good. Life is great. I mean, I always think I have absolutely no reason to complain because I have my health, I'm happy, I have a great relationship, I have a great boyfriend, my family is in pretty good health, so I feel like I have no reason to complain. Of course, everybody always has their own things going on and I don't share a lot of things in my life online, but all in all, I'm really good. I'm having a little bit of a wobble in terms of career. I just feel like this year, I got set back from the very beginning because of my bowel surgery in January. It just kind of like set me back a couple of months. And I feel like this year I haven't achieved everything that I wanted to achieve in terms of my personal goals. I have like a personal goals document and I'm usually like such a box ticker, such a box ticking achieving person where I like make sure I hit all of my goals. And I just feel like this year, because of my health and various things that have gone on in my personal life, that I haven't hit all of my goals that I wanted to achieve this year, and it's just kind of messed with my head because I like to tick my boxes, you know? Of course, it has been an amazing year. I mean, just look at Stay Wild Swim. Everything with Stay Wild Swim has gone absolutely crazy this year, and I just never anticipated it to go as well as it has gone. And I'm so, so happy about that. And like, yes, Stay Wild Swim, awesome. But I also had some other goals that I wanted to achieve, and I haven't quite got there. So I don't know, this year has been great. It's been really great. Realistically, it has been fantastic. It's been like a 9 out of 10 year. Like, let's be honest, it has been awesome. But there's also been a few struggles this year with my health and with my goals and with elements of my personal life. And I just feel like, yeah, just had a bit of a wobble about it, but I am feeling better now. And I just feel like I'm really excited for December because in December, everything calms down in my life. Well, at least I hope it's going to calm down in my life, and I can just sit down with a notebook and kind of like get everything out of my head and really align with where I want to be, where I want to go, what I want to achieve in 2020. 2020 is the start of a new decade, a whole new decade, guys. Like, it's crazy, which just provides me with so much motivation to really like knuckle down and work out what I want to achieve in the next decade, like the next 10 years of my life. I'm 27, so what do I want to do up until I'm 37? And I feel like I just want to spend December really connecting with myself and what I want to do and where I want to go, and I feel like I just need that. I just need that time, so I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, so that was a long answer for you, Tanya. Hope that was all right. Another question which I thought I'd just throw in here is, why don't you ever talk about your original book that you wrote, Strong? If you don't know, I did write an actual hard copy book. I'm very proud of it, but I did release it in 2016. That's a long time ago, guys. That's like almost 4 years ago. So I kind of feel like my opinions that I shared in that book, especially my opinions around diet, have really changed. That's why I don't really talk about it that much anymore. I kind of feel like it's a very meaty book and I'm not really a meaty person anymore. So yeah, I don't push it that much. I'm still so proud of that book, so proud of that book and everything that is in it, but I don't talk about it as much because I have a new plant-based recipe book and I would rather talk about that, you know? It's more aligned with me now. Next question comes from a lady called Eve, and she says, are you still planning on bringing out your own granola? I can't say too much, but yes, sorry for the delay, but it is happening and I'm so excited about it. I actually just got the delivery of all of the granola 2 days ago, so I am buzzing. Also, I haven't mentioned the fact that I am barefaced. Hope that's cool with you guys. I'm just chilling at home today, so I didn't want to just put makeup on for YouTube. Cora asks, love seeing you travel again. How are you dealing with the fear that something might happen again with your bowel? I definitely get scared about it, and I'm trying to not go to places which are super remote this year. I am going to some pretty remote places. I mean, I went to the depths of Kenya in July, but I kind of feel like I don't want to let fear hold me back. And realistically, I lived 26 years of my life without my bowel twisting, so it could be another 26 years till my bowel twists again. And it should be less likely than that, because now that my bowel is stitched to my abdominal wall, the risk of it twisting again is lower. So I just can't live in fear. I don't want my bowel to hold me back from living a life that I want to lead. So, I mean, anything could happen when you travel. I could have a heart attack when I travel, I could have a stroke when I travel, and my bowel could twist when I travel, so I can't live in fear, I just want to live. Lara says, when are you planning on launching your new workout guide? So yes, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you might not know, but I am working on a second training guide. Originally I released the Sculpt guide, but now I'm also releasing one called Strong and Sculpted, which is basically version 2 of the Sculpt guide. And the Sculpt guide was more focused on like home-friendly workouts, travel-friendly workouts, minimal equipment, whereas this one is more gym-based, strength-based. It's basically based off how I trained after my bowel surgery to get super strong again, and I'm really proud of it. And I do the workouts from it all the time and they literally destroy me, so I'm really looking forward to it coming out. It should be coming out in December. That's the goal. We're working hard on it right now, so should be coming out in December. Stay tuned, no promises. What are your plans for retreats in 2020? Thank you guys so much for asking so many questions about life and business and stuff. You're just making this Q&A and this life update so much easier for me. So yes, in 2020, I am shifting all of my fitness retreats and escapes to be hiking-based, adventure-based, outdoor, nature, sustainability, conscious travel based. That is the vibe for next year. So I've already released Nepal and Peru hiking trips. They both sold out in a day, which is awesome. Very soon on my Instagram I'm going to be releasing a Kilimanjaro trip and a Jordan trip, and then hopefully I'm also going to release a UK trip and another European trip, but I can't say about those two just yet for certain. But I'm definitely releasing Jordan and Kilimanjaro, so stay tuned on Instagram for those hiking trips. The reason why I'm doing this is because, number one, my passion for sustainability and hiking has gone through the roof and I would love to share that with you guys. And number two, I feel like a lot of people are doing traditional retreats now, and I feel like I've been doing that for 3 years and I want to step away from it, do something new and do something which aligns more with my values as they have evolved over time to where they are now. Oh my goodness, the next door neighbours are building an extension and the builders just came in and now it's super loud, so I'm just going to take you guys upstairs and change the location for filming. Hopefully it's quieter. Alright, I've moved upstairs. Hopefully you guys are okay with this little setup. I'm sat on my bedroom floor, but hopefully it will be quieter up here. Next question is, why don't you class yourself as a vegan? I'm getting this a lot at the moment. So I have done a YouTube video in the past which talks about why I don't call myself a vegan anymore, and it's because I'm not vegan. So I will leave a link to that YouTube video down below. I'm trying to be super honest and open and transparent with you guys at the moment. It definitely gets me backlash, but I would rather just be honest with you and be realistic. And you know, you guys are my friends. I hope that you guys have compassion and empathy and kindness towards other humans like me. Okay, next question. Jenny Fitz says, are you a qualified personal trainer or are you just making your training guides from experience? I am a qualified personal trainer. If you follow me for a few years, you will know that I qualified as a PT maybe 5 years ago, and then I worked as a PT for about 3 years. So I did one-on-one clients mostly for about 18 months to 2 years. Then I moved to mostly group training for the last 18 months of being a practicing PT. I stopped being a practicing PT about 18 months ago. So yeah, I am actually a qualified personal trainer, and I do feel quite passionately that if you're going to release training guides online, you really need to be qualified, because people can hold you liable for that, you know? I've also been getting this question a lot at the moment, and I think it's because Ant and I have both been travelling for work. Over the course of the past 5 weeks, we saw each other for 3 days. It was pretty tough. And the question is, how do you and Ant stay close when you're both super busy and travelling lots like you have been recently? The main thing we do is, number one, we're just both really independent humans, so we kind of like just trust each other to go off and live their lives, and we're not dependent on each other for our happiness, although obviously Ant makes me very happy, but like we're both very happy as two independent humans. Just together we're a little bit happier. Does that make sense? So we are happy to let each other like go forth and live our best lives. However, we do of course need to stay in touch, so we probably FaceTime. If we're on a roll, we can FaceTime like every day, but that doesn't happen all the time. So we might FaceTime every day, every other day. We send WhatsApps, we send voice notes, we just send each other funny pictures, and we just kind of like keep in touch and keep the banter going and keep the romance going, you know? Yeah. We just stay in touch. That's all you can do. And I think the most important thing is having trust in your partner, and also having support for your partner and wanting them to go out and get those opportunities. I don't want to hold him back from anything, and he doesn't want to hold me back from anything. So yeah, we're just supportive and loyal and loving, and we just try and talk as much as we can. Kate says, a weird question, but what brand of underwear do you use under your sports leggings? Kate, I go commando. Oh, come on. 10, is it still? Oh, guys. Okay, I'm sorry, it is getting really loud next door, so I'm just going to try and do 1 or 2 more questions. If you do hear noise in the background, which you definitely will, I'm very sorry. Please just try and tune in on my voice. The next question is, what are your Christmas plans? I'm gonna head back to Yorkshire for Christmas. I'm gonna spend time with my family. I'm actually heading home for 8 whole days, which is probably the longest I've been home to Yorkshire in the past 5 years since I moved to London. So I'm really excited to spend time with my family. Ant and I are spending Christmas apart because we both have small families, and if we left either of our families, then it would be mean on them. So yeah, we're going our separate ways for Christmas, and then Ant's coming up to Yorkshire on the 27th, I think. So yeah, that's my Christmas plans. 2020 goals. I don't know. Would you move to America? Maybe. Probably not right now. Actually, I don't know if I told you guys this, but Ant got a job offer in New York. We were almost going to take it, but then I told him that I couldn't move at the moment just because of Stay Wild Swim and everything that's going on with my own personal business. I kind of felt like I've just made a base in London and everything's going really well in London. And then if I moved to America, then it'd feel like a massive step back for me, and I'd have to completely rebuild my networks and my business in a whole new area. And I just feel like I've got to a really nice place with my business in London, so I just don't want to move to America just yet. But don't rule it out. I really love the idea of living in a different country at some point in my life. I would love for that to happen, but I don't know if and when it will. But hopefully one day. I'm getting a lot of questions about marriage and kids, and I'm just gonna say, guys, I'm 27. I'm 27. I am not in a rush for either marriage or kids, so don't be expecting any big announcements anytime soon. I really don't think those things are on the cards for a very long time. Just being honest with you. I think I'm gonna end the video there because I've been talking for a very long time and I don't want to bore you guys, but I really hope that you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed having a catch up, having a chat. I would love to hear from you in the comments down below. Let me know your plans in the comments for what you're gonna do for the rest of 2019. We've got about 2 months left, maybe 1.5 months left by the time this video goes up before the end of the year. So what are you gonna be doing for the next 1.5 months? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear, and I'll try and reply to every single one of you. Okay, have an amazing day, guys. Give it a thumbs up, give it a comment, give it a subscribe. I think you're awesome. Bye.